So I just wanted to make a video here with some helpful tips if you're doing a similar situation like this where you're replacing full quarters on both sides, taillight panel, or even just both quarters or one quarter. Really, they're all pretty much going to be the same. There's some spots on the quarters that always need attention whenever you're putting them together. Right now I just have the back end completely screwed together with self-tappers. Everything's lined up and ready to weld on this car, but I'm just going to go around and show you the places to watch out for on yours, or things if you're going, I wonder why that is not shaped differently or why that is in the way. You'll know hopefully from this video a little bit of insight on just common small issues with lining these quarters up, and kind of the sequence of how I go about lining up the entire back end metal. So the car was prepped. You can see in the last video all of the inner structure was exposed and painted and ready to put the quarters on. So basically what I'm doing is I'm setting the quarters up in place. I set my taillight panel in place and just vice grip it on, and then I'll set one quarter on, next quarter on, and somewhat locate it, basing it off of your door line. If we can get the focus, you can see this door gap in line with the quarter actually is really nice. The other side's not as good as this, but that's to be expected. It's not going to be perfect out of the box. There's a lot of work that you're gonna have to do, especially if you're using a original or a new door as well and a new trunk lid. So I get the back end, I'll put a vice grip holding it up so it's not just sagging, get it close, vice grip it, and I'll work this front line here to my door first. And what I do is I take self-tappers and I go one by one down, and I'll screw the panels together here the whole way down, because you'll have to adjust it. A lot of times I'm starting at the top and I'll get this section from this point up, I'll get that right in line with my door, and then I'll keep working my way down until I get to the bottom, and then I'll tack it to the rocker there so it doesn't move once I have it in place. That's the only welding that I do, just so it doesn't move at all at the bottom of the rocker. So like I said, this one lines up really well, so I'm pretty happy. So you're just getting it as best as you can, as flush the whole way up that body line there where it meets your quarter. And then I'll work my way back, and I'll start lining up the back end, screwing things together, positioning it. The one thing that you don't want to overlook is your distance between, take your rear valance, mount it on, make sure you can get your lines right, because they're going to need pulling or stretching. Usually I'm taking ratchet straps and I'm putting it at the bottom of these and pulling them together to get them to meet that valance right, so you don't have to like cut your valance and re-weld on that. So you should be able to work this in with just some time. And then eventually my last thing is I bolt the trunk lid on, get it to close right, especially if you're using your original rear window panel. So I'll make sure I'm basing it off of that line to know where it's at location wise this way, and then getting it to close down and trying to get these lines as best as possible. This side you can see is actually really nice, and this side's not as good, but it's not terrible. But you can see these quarters, they tend to curve in, so that will be worked out later. Put your latch in, make sure your trunk latch is right, make sure you have the right distance in there for your weather stripping, so when you close it, it's not crazy sticking up above the quarter levels or anything like that. Test fit everything together, your quarter extensions, make sure that they line up with the edge of the trunk lid, all that kind of stuff before you would weld it. But some of the spots on these new quarters that will need adjusting in the end, this is one that's always on every single set of quarters I've done. You can see I made a Sharpie mark here on this weld through quarter part of where I'm going to cut that to make my line with the rear window panel correct. You can see my trunk lid is hitting there. It's completely hitting up here and then it starts to separate here. So that'll just be cutting and grinding a little bit here, but this part of the quarter I'm actually going to cut and shift it back in line where it's supposed to be. It's the exact same for the other side. It's touching over there just as much. So that's one thing that's a given almost on every set of quarters that I've done, because this is easy to manipulate. The front end is not. So I make sure that that's right first, and then I work my way back. This is just something that's always been a problem. The other thing is, on every quarters that I've done, this section here, you can see where I cut this panel. I just took some tin snips and cut that piece there, otherwise it would be shaped going upward, which it throws everything off. So I cut that so I can hammer that down flat and weld that. That's just a small detail. Sometimes you may have to undo some of these spot welds to make your quarter extension fit right, and some things that end up happening when you got to stretch these in. You can see on this side it bubbled that a little bit because it wanted to flex that more, which is no problem. I'll put a relief cut in there and make sure it's right. You just want to make sure that it doesn't mess up or cause a high spot on your outside of your quarter. You don't want it to buckle your quarter. And make sure that the left and right, they look the same, because this side didn't do that on the bottom as much as the other side. But some things will need to get fixed with body work on these, but as much metal work as you can is always best. Like I said, this side, it's not as nice as the other side, but it's pretty good. That can all be worked out with adjusting the edge of the door in the end. Self tappers through the top. Once I get the roof section where I need it to be, I'll self tap through, because there's the 3 layers of metal here: the roof, the quarter, and then the inner body structure. So I want to draw that as tight as possible, because these holes that I drilled out originally on the back side, they're exposed. Purposely I do that so I can weld them from the inside, so your inner structure is welded to your quarter and your roof is welded to your quarter, so it's all sandwiched and welded together the correct way. And then in the end I go around, situate my wheelhouses. They're all self-tap screwed together the whole way around, but that's somewhat last. I replaced the whole outer wheelhouse is new, so I just have that vice grip together. So whenever I wanted to place it, I just undid my vice grips, because I already had that wheelhouse sitting in there, drew it down onto this overlap first, and then I pinched on the inside the vice grips from the inner to outer wheelhouse to draw that tight, because you want to get this to fit right first. Just a lot of testing and trialing if you're doing it your first time, but those are just hopefully some helpful tips if you're doing a similar project. Another one I'm thinking about now is, usually I have to hammer this down a little bit, this lip, because it kind of sits up. So if you hammer it down some, it gives you a little more distance that your weather strip can sit in, so your trunk lid's not up too high, but you don't want to overdo it. Also, you could take a block of wood in a nice length, so it's not just going to leave imprints or anything like that, and you can tap that down. It also helps, you could do that at the end after you weld it, so everything's a little more structurally sound when you're hitting on it. But I have everything lined up on this. I'm going to take the trunk lid off before I weld the entire back end. But yeah, just a step in the process if you're doing full quarters. Hopefully that helps you out a little bit. I appreciate you watching the videos. I'll be back with some more here in the future, and then, like I said before in another video, after I get this shell done, it's a customer's car, I'm going to be back on my 70 Boss 302 shell, and I'll be doing a bunch more in-depth measurements videos, more piece by piece, say like torque boxes and just more specific stuff. These videos on this car, I'm just trying to help as I'm going along with someone's, just pointing out some tips. So that's about it. I'll see you in the next video.